There's no way. I can't believe this is real. He backed out of his car twice. This is his third time doing this.
Creep on in, on in, on in.
Today's video, we're going to discuss the life of lifestyle streamers, a new trend that's going on Instagram, TikTok, and all them other places where these guys' lives are as exciting as watching a race between a snail and a slug, where these people literally don't do but a couple actions a day. They wake up, they shower, they go to the grocery store, they put their clothes on, and they go back home, they smoke hookah and play the game. Like, these people don't really do a whole lot, but yet they're trying to promote a good, nice lifestyle, which some of it does have some positivity to it, because at least they're promoting cleanliness, good hygiene, and proper habits, I guess, of being respectful, stuff like that. But they're also very cringeworthy because, like, I mean, constantly these guys are walking around with a tripod 24/7, look like a crazy person. Like, why? What is this person carrying this around everywhere for? Propping it up, constantly putting it somewhere, having to go back and grab it and retrieve it just to get all these different shots. Like, you might need to go get your cameraman and stop being so cheap if you're going to take all these shots. But nonetheless, at least their lives aren't as pathetic as some of the passport bros, which, I mean, man, that's a completely different movement altogether. And I gotta dive into that at some point in time. The passport bros, since they got to leave America just so they can find some submissive and non-ratchet women. That, I know that's hard for some people because, you know, they couldn't find women here because they don't have game and they're really lame. Like, these people don't have any skills whatsoever, half of them. Most of them can't ball, they can't game, they walk around smelling like hemorrhoids, and they don't have any actual skills that help them do anything that's positive. Like, none of them are worth a damn. I mean, they're just awful people. Not really awful people, but they're unskilled, and they want to walk around blaming women for all their problems. It's like, dude, I'm sorry. Maybe you should go talk to your mother if you got all these issues, or go talk to a psych. And I mention that a lot. One day, maybe this platform will be sponsored by BetterHelp or something like that, but not yet today. I'm just saying, like, the passport bros, they trash, man. They don't have any actual skills. I just don't get that. I don't get them in general. They're lame and they're weird, and they all talk funny, and they all have these weird talking points, and I don't know, they all end up going overseas and getting finessed for all their money, and end up getting poisoned and chopped up and put in a grocery bag or some type of suitcase and buried underneath an oil drum or a pine tree or something like that. It's just insanity. And these people are so gullible. They don't watch the news, because people always say, oh, I don't watch the news. Well, you should probably start watching the news, because you'll find out something on there like people are dying. Like, you homies are going over there getting killed left and right because you idiots keep going there and looking at Tinder in Colombia. I don't know what Tinder Colombia is looking like, but apparently it's a dangerous site. And half of those women on there are dudes. Straight up dudes. All of them have sausage. And it's not something you should really mess with.
First frame of the day, and my boy is literally in the shower. That is absolutely wild.
Indeed.
This man literally had to set up his tripod in the bathroom, get naked. He had to strip down naked in front of the camera and record that. And then he posted it to the interwebs. That's actually crazy.
Hey, maybe he just wanted to show off the bod. We can't forget, that's a lifestyle too. Now, the guy from that clip, his name was Cameron. He has a channel here on YouTube that's starting to grow and get a decent size. So if you are, liking some of the content that he puts out there, feel free to subscribe to his channel. I'll leave a link in the description if you would like to do that. As I was looking at that last clip, I was very curious. Was he actually looking into a mirror, or was he just like, patting himself down to nothing? I tell you what, these camera angles have got to be a huge inconvenience on this man. Because this dude literally has to put the tripod on the outside of Target, then go back inside of Target, and then walk back outside of Target. And then he has to review it, and then if he doesn't like it, he's got to shoot it again. Can you imagine how pissed off this dude is getting at himself if he ever gets the wrong angle, or if it just doesn't come out the way he really wants it to? I get upset here when I have to redo takes because I stutter, or like I screw over my words, or I put the wrong word in and I don't want to have to put it into edit. Stuff like that. Like, I can only imagine how frustrating this process may be. And then imagine if he's doing this out in front of these people, like the people who's just walking into Target and watching this guy just rage out, getting ready to spike his flowers, throw his bananas all over the place, pour bleach all over himself, and set himself on fire. Just some crazy stuff. I mean, this dude probably sets himself into a rage because he's a big guy. Who knows? He could be roiding. And if he's roiding, he's a ticking time bomb.
And basically, that's his whole day.
That's a sad day. And excuse me, I was wrong. He was grabbing bananas and bleach. Like, I mean, I guess he's about to clean some clothes and make sure he gets that good potassium in him. I guess those are good things for you. I told you, promoting a good, healthy lifestyle.
First frame of the day, and this man is in the shower once again.
Yeah, he just wants to show off the bod. Now, assuming he's doing this stuff each and every day, I gotta give him kudos to the consistency here. I mean, that's immaculate to be able to just do the same thing each and every day. Now, it does, it could become really redundant and become a very boring lifestyle considering you're not really doing much throughout the day. But at least he's probably making some good money doing something out there. He's got some really clean clothes. He's got nice drip. I think he's got a decent ride. He's got a nice little Honda Accord, which, hey, I gotta rock with Hondas. I got a Honda Accord. I think he's got a Civic. This might be a hatchback. Either way, irrelevant. But seems like he's got a lot of clean stuff, takes care of himself. His apartment is clean. So these are good things. It was a Civic. And I guess he's picking up some flyers for his new boo thing or something like that he's going to have coming around. So maybe this might get a little bit more exciting. Maybe there's a little bit more to his lifestyle than just going to Target and getting bananas and bleach every day.
I don't know if bro is schizophrenic or something, but that man just threw the thumbs up to Casper right there.
As a kid who grew up creating imaginary people and friends and turning his toys into fake characters for an imaginary TV series in his room, even I find that weird. Just knowing what goes into the detail of making these shots, man, I'm telling you what, this guy's got to be a really huge inconvenience on the people that he's walking around, and also a burden to himself just doing this on a daily basis. He uses a lot of energy. Like, this dude's got to be in really good shape, but considering how many times he's got to get out of his car just to put the tripod out there in the middle of nowhere or in the middle of the street where somebody's probably trying to pull out a parking spot, trying not to get it ran over, probably pissing them off, making them have road rage. This dude is luckily he ain't been shot yet, probably, because of, if he's being that big of an inconvenience, because I can see it already. The people in a grocery store are probably like, dude, what's going on here? Like, look at this weirdo over here putting this tripod up, like a self-conceited asshole over here trying to record himself at Target. Like, this is supposed to be interesting. You're grabbing fruits, like you're grabbing apricots and prunes and all sorts of random different fruits to try to eat some type of healthy smoothie or something. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Like, this, well, it makes sense. I don't know. This just takes a lot. Well, that was very delicate. Maybe his mom's a florist or something like that, or maybe he just really likes plants or flowers or scents and odors and perfumes and colognes, stuff like that. Maybe he's one of those guys. Maybe he works at Bath and Body Works. Or wait, that place, does that even exist anymore? Either way, still, I don't know. Maybe he just is into that kind of stuff, and maybe that's just his different quirk. But sad part is, I don't see a woman here, so that's a little disappointing. And I shouldn't have just assumed that he's going to be with a woman. That was very foul of me. Quite frankly, he could be hooking up with some guy. Some Jerry or something, or Tyrone or Tim or, Leroy was coming over for dinner. And maybe, I don't know, I got this wrong. And I'm not wanting to paint him that way. I'm just saying I don't want to misrepresent what could be a possibility out there, because there are a lot of, LGBTQ plus IA people. So just saying, a lot of people, I just know a lot of gay people. I see them every day when I go to work. So I just know it's a strong possibility. Getting him back into some nice clothes just to go walk back into Target again. I'm guessing this is like the second time this week he's already been to Target. But then again, I don't know the timeline of these events. I don't know if he films every day, every other day, every 3 days, once a week. I really don't know the timeline. All I know is it appears that he's going to Target often. And I'm pretty sure it's the same Target, because there's usually not a Target that close to another Target. So he's probably very common there. And I guess it's one of those things where the retail people or the people that work at the cash stand or the managers, everybody knows who this guy is. And they see he's the tripod guy. Like, to think, you're the tripod guy. What a nickname to have. Like, you probably don't even have a name. Maybe if your name's like Chris or something like that. Well, they don't call you that anymore. You're just the tripod guy, which is, dang, man, that's pretty lame. Like, there's a lot of cool nicknames to have out there. The tripod guy would not be one of those that I'd be striving to have. Especially you're going to go out there and get like a nice, long trench coat or trench coat and put that on. You want to go to Target. See, this is why I go back and edit things just like that, because I be stuttering, effing up my words. But I'm not doing that. This is going to be authentic today. I want to keep this on the real, the very first take. Those people at the cash register are just sitting there like, weirdo. Now, my whole theory earlier about him being a ticking time bomb, I don't think that has anything to do with him actually, juicing or taking steroids or, actually taking the needle to the veins and just, shooting up. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I really believe this dude's just extremely OCD. This dude really laid out his meal picture perfect. He did the same thing with the smoothie. He did the same thing with the flowers, the nice salting and all of that. He did a whole lot of like really precise measurements and really precise pouring and just sprinkles in there. I mean, the way he did this stuff was really impressive. Like this guy's got some skills. Like, I don't know if he should go be a chef or anyway. I mean, doing this lifestyle influencing might work. He's putting these reels on Instagram. It might be making him money, but he might need to go get him an actual job doing something with this degree. Like, he's probably got high standards because it doesn't look like he spilled anything. Everything seems to come out perfect. He didn't get not an ounce of juice on the counters. Nothing fell on the outside of the plate or the bowl. Everything was right where it was supposed to be, which is quite impressive. But I'm telling you, there's something ticking up there. I feel like if something was to just go a little bit off, he's going to rage. He's absolutely going to explode. He's going to lose his mind like Neon does, or like he used to on his old streams when he used to play NBA 2K, or like he does now when he's just raging out over people for no reason. But I'll get into that another day. That dude really sucks. But still, just saying, there's something not quite right about this guy. And he's not doing this for any woman or any man or anybody else. No dog, no daughters, no sons. He's not doing this for any family. He's just doing this for himself. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being clean, but I'm just saying, as a single guy, because apparently he is single, I haven't seen anybody pop into the picture. I just think it's extremely odd that there's probably not one dirty sock, not one dirty pair of drawers, not one banana in the wrong place. There's nothing that's out of place. It's just all way too perfect.
Bro, what was that frame right there of him just sitting looking straight, bro?
I'm not sure why, but I really do have a hard time believing there's an actual television in front of him. Now, I will say he does shop like the stereotypical single man, because quite frankly, usually as a single guy, we do not shop for the long term. Like, this guy's going to the grocery store a lot. I don't know what his grocery bill is, and I'm hoping that he's making plenty of cash, because he is spending a decent amount of money on this food. To make food that looks as good as the food that he was making, it costs money. Those foods are not cheap. To use stuff to get you a blender and the stuff that you usually use to get in there and put in as product, it is rather expensive. That is not cheap stuff, unless you can get the Walmart brand, but he doesn't strike me as that type. If you looked at his clothes, he strikes me as the type who's going to get the upper brand. He doesn't get Great Value anything. He doesn't get Kroger brand anything. He doesn't get Publix brand anything. He's going to get everything with a name on it, because his clothes is everything with a name. I don't know if he has anything that doesn't have some type of branding on it, and he's going to go out there and flaunt that lifestyle, which is cool. Good thing for him. But man, I tell you what, this is also another reason why people be broke. Well, at least this man's going to get a double shot if he wants one. He can just ask his barber for the other angle, because he's already putting another tripod in a place that has a million tripods. It's already got tripods in the ceiling. He's going to have one on the ground level. So that way, you know what? Got multiple shots and different angles to get, different perspectives from, which is great for his content, I guess. But still, it's just so awkward. Just sitting around thinking the barber's got to look at this camera on him, and he's just sitting there getting his hair buzzed the whole time. I made a movie one time when I was a kid where I was sitting there filming myself and I was just watching something. Now, this is way before there was reactionary content out there on YouTube. This is probably back in like 96, and I got stuck watching some movie. I think it was the Mario Brothers movie, of all terrible movies there was to watch. But either way, I was watching it and I just completely forgot the camera was on. And when I forgot the camera was on, it just rolled for like an hour. And that's basically what this content is. It's just Sim sitting there getting his hair cut, making faces and whatnot, because he doesn't record sound. He just puts music over the videos. Like, that's his music in the clips, like not mine. So it's just, what's the point? We don't even get the context of the conversation. Maybe he's funny, but we don't know if he's funny. Quite frankly, the fact that he's doing all this stuff and it seems like he doesn't spend most of his day talking to anybody, I'm starting to think he's quite weird. Like, he's one of those people who has probably a whole bunch of like weird porn in the back, and he's probably, looking at bestiality, or, overwatches too much anime, and maybe he just gets off to cartoon characters and stuff like that. Like, he could be one of those real degenerates, but he just doesn't really show it. He might be normal acting in society, but at home, complete weirdo.
This man is watching his clone.
I told you he was weird. I told you he was weird. This guy's weird. He's sitting there with him. First of all, I don't know why he's so close to the screen. Like, this guy's like 5 inches away. Like, he doesn't have any type of vision. Like, this guy's completely nearsighted. He needs to go see an eye doctor if that's how close he has to be to the screen. He's so close to the screen, you can't even see the edges. He's literally just fixating on himself. This is the kind of guy that when women say they dated a narcissist, they were correct. Not the ones that they just be saying, well, it didn't work out. My boyfriend wanted to actually go do his own thing from time to time and go play golf with the boys, and he's a narcissist. No, this guy's actually a full-blown narcissist. This guy's sitting around looking at selfies of himself, watching videos of himself, beating off his meat to himself, and just rewatching that video right next to his woman and crazy stuff like that. I'm telling you, there's something off with this dude. I'm telling you that, ooh, I don't know. I don't know. That's why there's no woman or man or animal. Here this man goes again, once again on a nice little flower run for himself. Like, who is he buying flowers for this often? And why is he getting flowers so often? Like, he needs to get some flowers. Just get some fake ones, homie. Like, these die every other day, apparently. You need to stop. At least he's a gym bro, though. At least he's getting in shape and making sure he's pumping that iron. Big dude, probably whip my ass. Oh, I bet that salmon is going to come out absolutely perfecto. I mean, this guy's probably some type of PT, physical therapist, nutritionist, dietitian, something like that. That's what I'm going to guess. If he has a normal job, I'm assuming he has a regular life because the guy drives a Civic. If he drives a Civic, I'm assuming he's not living off the internet. I'm assuming he's going to have a regular job like me and many other YouTubers out there. Well, he's not a YouTuber, but still, content creator.
Okay, got the salmon, the rice, the avocado, the lemon, and now he's eating, and now he's trying to act like the tripod isn't right in front of him, bro. Why every time this man sets it up and he's like eating or something, he always has just like this dead stare?
It's because he's crazy. I'm telling you. This guy's a future serial killer. I guarantee you, if something happened to that salmon, if there was just one corner of that was a little bit too crispy, or if he spilled something on that counter, if he accidentally knocked over one of his smoothies or dropped his banana on the ground and slipped on it and actually hurt his elbow or something like that, this guy would break everything in the apartment. He would absolutely go on one of those Jonathan Majors rampages where he's slinging candles everywhere and stuff like that, just acting an absolute maniac. Now, luckily, he'd be by himself and he wouldn't have nobody to scare anymore, but I'm pretty sure whoever used to be around him probably got scared, left. Either that or he probably just went crazy and grabbed him by the throat and just dangled him over the counter or something like that, like Batman, or shook him over the balcony like Suge Knight or something like that. He probably did something along the lines of that, and that's why he's probably alone. Dahmer, future Ted Bundy, Joe Goldberg, definitely not a Dexter. Maybe he's just going to be somebody like the killer doctor or the killer dietitian, the killer PT, or just the murderer. Yeah, this man is doing it just to show his body at this point. That's the only reason he's having these clips in the morning. Like, this man really just had his whole meat package in front of the camera like that. I got so many questions here. First of all, why did the shirt just magically disappear in the middle of that edit? Also, well, not really a question, but see, I told you, this guy is pristine. He didn't get a drop or an ounce of powder anywhere on that floor that was in that workout room. And he actually had the balls to even do it there. Like, who mixes up a shake with the top and lid off of it like that? He just sprinkled it in there, did a little swirling, and it was perfect. Nothing came about that was wrong. Third, why is he still wearing the meat pants out in public? Like, this dude traveled past people, and did the whole tripod thing where he's propping it up everywhere and showing it. There are people that are walking around you, unless it's one of those empty, like, you know, ghost buildings or something like that. Somebody saw you with that stuff out. They saw it, and you're lucky that a woman didn't report you.
I'm sorry, but this trend of men being half naked, walking slow towards the camera while licking their lips and rubbing their hands together, and/or showing their bulge is mad weird. It's mad weird to me. I mean, usually women do stuff like that. That's not necessarily right, but they do it. But this trend of men trying to show their bulge and be sexy is weird and cringy. Now watch a bunch of sex-starved, low self-esteem, hard to get a fine man, women go and respond negatively to this comment.
It is cringe. To me, it's cringe. I don't know why you're gonna walk around with your meat just sticking out of your pants like that. Like, who walks out in tights? That's what women do. Women walk around in leggings, not dudes. Because you know why? We have stuff that sticks out and is very obvious to the man. Now, maybe it's just because he's a very confident dude and he's, very satisfied in the size of his package and the fact that he's like, you know what? Yeah, come get some. But apparently nobody's coming to get any because he looks like a maniac. Because he's the tripod guy. And if you're the tripod guy, you don't get bitches. I'm sorry, you're just not going to get them. I don't see anybody's like, well, yeah, I date the tripod guy. Who does that? Nobody's out there dating the tripod guy. Because he's single, he's sitting alone, he's sitting around with his flowers and stuff at dinner, making himself beautiful smoothies and stuff like that, and making himself great salmon and sitting around in a nice clean apartment alone. Where are your friends? Where's your family? There's nobody's coming over to visit this man. I get it because, quite frankly, I have that kind of lifestyle. Watch this. You get the point. But still, I don't know. I just find this whole thing cringe. Please leave a comment below if you agree, if you find this a little cringy or weird. I know I do. Wow. See, I'm telling you, every day there's somebody being murdered or slaughtered down the street. I swear the firemen here get a lot of work. They get a lot of work. I mean, that is always going off by my place. Luckily, the fire department's right down the road, but I mean, I don't know. It's way too often. Oh, there's a kid.
Oh, he's eating with his daughter. That's nice. Shout out this man. W father, bro. W father.
We don't know if that's his daughter or not. Who knows? That could be his next victim. Totally kidding. I really don't think that's the case. I actually do think that's his daughter. And if that's the case, great. He finally has somebody over for dinner to visit him, and I'm happy for him for that. But guess who's not in the picture? The mom. And I wonder why. You know what? I'm changing my tune on this guy. He's trying to teach his daughter how to be a traditional woman and not to be a modern woman. A woman who doesn't know how to cook, clean, light candles, make a place set right, doesn't know how to clean the floors, make sure that her man has clothes in the morning. None of that. You know what he's saying? I'll do it myself and I'll set the example. And if that's the case, I'm proud of you, homie. That's the way you need to do this. Despite all the killer jokes I was talking about earlier about you being a mass murderer, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, anything like that, don't take any of that serious. That was all jokes. All jokes. No, most of it serious. I'm just be joking. This is just dry humor most of the time. But still, yeah, if you're doing that, lead by example. I'm gonna leave off with that. That's good stuff. Okay, never mind. Back in the shower. I don't care anymore. I don't care what I don't know. He's got this fixation back on himself. You know what? I think I was right the first time. I got to start going back on what I be thinking right is right the first time, because usually I'm right the first time. Then I change my tune, I come around, and then I'm deceived and kicked right in the balls by the end. And then I feel like an idiot. Then I feel like I got scammed and I got stripped and all this stuff, and my balls are hanging out for the public to see, and it's just embarrassing. And I don't want to see that, and I don't want to feel like that. And I feel like he's doing this to me. And I mean, watching this is just making me feel like I'm being deceived. I'm being duped. Because quite frankly, being duped makes you turn into a crazy person that would make you want to do some killer things.
Bro is not even typing. Look at this. Why is he acting like he's typing, but he's looking directly in front?
I really need to start trusting my intuition on these things. If he looks like a weirdo, acts like a weirdo, Run.
There's no way. I can't believe this is real. He backed out of his car twice. This is his third time doing this.
Trust your gut. Trust your gut.